The plight of strays is one of the most visible animal welfare issues in Miri. Life on the streets is hard. Strays seek food and shelter in urban areas and are seen as a nuisance and health hazard by people who live alongside them. The majority of stray animals have been abandoned by their owners or are owned but are allowed to roam freely. These animals then breed, resulting in unwanted offspring. The cycle then continues, with the puppies or kittens being abandoned, and chances of survival are minuscule. Most abandoned animals starve to death, contract diseases, are killed by cars, or fall victim to other torturous deaths. The solution to this animal welfare issue relies heavily on animal rescue groups to give strays a second chance. Paws is an animal welfare support group that started in 2008 to try and address the issue of stray animals in Miri.
My name is Natasha, and I'm at the moment the chairman of Paws. Now we've been going for 5 years, and since then we've grown into a group of volunteers of 25. And we rescue stray cats and dogs. And in the meantime, we've rescued over 1,600 animals. I think the biggest problem is the spay and neuter. A lot of people don't know how important it is to spay and neuter your dogs and cats. It has got a lot of good effects if you spay and neuter your dogs. First of all, they don't get puppies, they don't get kittens. The biggest problem is that people don't know where to leave the animals, so they just put them on the street. And then these dogs also start multiplying.
I'm Dr. Felix from Paws and Claw Animal Clinic. Basically, our relation with Paws is like they are the one who rescue the stray animals and they bring here and will give them medical treatments for the animals. Spaying and neutering actually is a common term refer to removing of the reproductive tract of the male and female animals. The main reason that people opt for the surgery actually they don't want the animals to reproduce their offspring. The surgery itself can bring a lot of benefits to the animals. For example, it can reduce the aggressive behavior. It also reduce chances of dogs getting tumors and also uterus infections in advanced years.
One of the conditions of Paws is before you adopt, you have to agree that you will spay and neuter the dog or cat that you adopt.
I'm Roland, this is Frosty. I got him adopted from Paws Miri. Frosty, I heard he got quite a bad past. He was found injured by the roadside by a lecturer from Curtin University. He was taken to a vet for some attention and taken care by Natasha from Paws Miri. Frosty, he was neutered at the age of about 4 months. One thing that's for sure is going to make him be a better dog in terms of his temperament. And this is actually what all of us should have, all dog owners should neuter our dogs.
Another important aspect of owning a pet is the training. It aids in the bonding process and allows owners to understand their pet a bit more.
We also try to educate the people to teach them how to adopt the basic training. A lot of people here still think that only the pure breeds can be trained and not the local dogs. So we show them that the puppies already have the basic training. We show them, for example, by doing the dog show, that the local dogs can also do agility, obedience, and all sorts of tricks. The local dogs can be trained and they can do anything a purebred can do.
Hi, I'm Kevin and this is Gwen. We are friends of Paws, where we adopted Tia Maria and Elmo. We've had Tia Maria for 2 years and Elmo for about 1.5 years. We found that training is the most important aspect when having a pet, dogs especially. And we usually train them during their mealtime because that's the time when they are highly motivated. For future pet owners who's training the dogs, the most important aspects is commitment, dedication, and also time. And love also is the most important thing because Without love, we will not have the chemistry.
When fostering, normally we get the puppies when it's still very young. So we'll start with really with the basics, which is the potty training first. And once they're going through the potty training, we start with basics as in sit, down, stay, come here. And I normally bring them to Canada Hill to teach them a bit of agility. We bring them out a lot as well to socialize with the people. They learn to get to know other people, get along with children, other dogs. Yeah, then we start learning them a little bit of tricks as well.
Cats also make wonderful companions, and there are many cats and kittens available for adoption. Azri, a friend of Paws, is a cat enthusiast with over 24 cats and specializes in cat care and grooming.
Hai, saya Azri bin Said. Saya dari Diora Amani Catering, sebuah syarikat yang membekalkan kucing dan juga produk-produk berkaitan kucing. Saya mula berjinak-jinak dengan dunia kucing di Miri selepas saya mula mengenali Natasha, iaitu founder untuk Piasau Animal Welfare Support yang menjaga dan juga memberikan perlindungan kepada kucing-kucing jalanan yang terbiar di kawasan Miri inilah. Sebenarnya kucing ni dia bagaikan problem solver. Yang kalau saya berada di pejabat ataupun di tempat kerja saya, bila saya ada masalah, bila saya balik, saya tengok je kucing dapatkan saya, lompat kat saya, peluk saya, terus the problems disappear.
If you think of adopting an animal from Paws, the first thing you have to think of that it's for life. So it's not for 1 month or a year or just when you're available. It's a lifetime. It's basically a new family member that you're going to take care of. These animals also need to see a doctor when they get sick. They need basic care. They need to be spayed, neutered. They need the yearly vaccinations. Basically anything you would do with a child, you also have to do with your animals.
In order to continue, Paws needs your help and support. You can help by, firstly, adopting a Paws animal.
When you're adopting them or buying them, it's not all about giving them shelter and food. It's all about giving them your time and also your love.
Secondly, you can become a Paws volunteer or fosterer.
I'm Elliot. I'm currently a foster and a volunteer for Paws. For those who want to join Paws as a foster or a volunteer, you're welcome. We can use all the help we can get.
And lastly, make a donation, even if it's in the form of old household items or old pet supplies.
One of the most important things that the animal finds a home, it's got a place to stay, and then won't start breeding and populating the streets more with stray animals.